Alright guys, so just a few days ago I went out to Weldon Springs State Park. It's about an hour away from where I live. It's by Clinton, Illinois. They have a little 30-acre lake that's electric motor, like trolling motor only, or paddle, like kayak or canoe only. And went out for the morning, got out there around 5:30 and fished until about 10, 9:30 or 10. And the bite was pretty good. I got some clips from that trip out in the kayak, but I figured I'd give you guys a rundown of the equipment I was using and the lures I used. I caught them all on 2 lures. The first lure that caught the first 3 fish was this half-ounce finesse spinnerbait by Strike King, just in a shad color. It used to have a lot bigger of a blade on it, but I threw a smaller blade on it so I could run it a little faster. It wouldn't have so much lift. And I actually threw that on my crankbait rod. Usually I'd throw it on my St. Croix, but I threw it on my, it's just a cheap Abu Garcia. It's called the Vigilante. I think it's similar, even cheaper than the Vengeance. It's a 7-foot medium action, and the reel that I have on that rod is the Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier in a 6:4:1, just a medium gear ratio. It's good for cranks, good for spinnerbaits, good for pretty much everything. As far as the line I was using 15-pound P-line C21. It's a copolymer line. I think it's a blend of 2 kinds of mono, but it's really good. It's got almost no memory to it. It stretches a little bit, but not too much. But just the fact that it has very little memory, it casts really, really well, and it's really cheap. So it's a good just filler line for like crankbaits or backing for your reels or anything like that. The second setup and lure that I used that caught most of my fish was this setup right here. The lure I was throwing was a 3/8 ounce. It's an old Z-Man chatterbait that I painted black, put a bluegill colored skirt on it. If you can't see that right there, it's got some green pumpkin, orange, blue. I like the color of that skirt. And just it's a Gambler Little Easy swim bait as the trailer. I think Gold Rush might be the color. I'm not positive. It's kind of like a dark, it's almost Junebug and green pumpkin mixed together with some gold flake in it, but it's a really good color swim bait for a bluegill trailer. Like I said, 3/8 ounce, and that's what I caught most of them on. The fish were hanging out over weed beds, anywhere from 2 feet of water out to like 7 or 8 feet, and I caught most of my fish just burning these or just slow rolling them over the weed beds, and they would just come up and hit it. As far as the rod, reel, and line, the rod that I was using was a St. Croix Mojo Bass. It's their spinnerbait rod. It's a 7-foot medium heavy. Feels to me more like a heavy action. It's a really heavy rod, but I really like it a lot. It's kind of got a softer tip to it, which is good for jigs, good for spinnerbaits. It's kind of my go-to rod for both of those. And the reel that I have on that is a Lew's, the LFS Speed Spool. Kind of in an awkward spot to show you this, but the LFS Speed Spool in 6/8:1 left hand, the $100 reel. It's a really good reel for the price, and I'm not getting tired of it anytime soon. I'll be using it for a long time. The line I used was 17-pound Vicious fluorocarbon line. Really strong lines, almost zero stretch, good stuff. But we'll go ahead and roll the footage, and you guys can see how that went and how I used everything. Hey Patrick. Yeah, decent one. Ooh, that might be a big one. Dude, they pull you around big time. I can't tell. Oh yeah. It's a decent one. Easy. Yeah, there is. The first one I caught was about this size. It's weird because I've never had any luck in this lake for the most part.
Really?
Yeah, I've always had terrible luck here.
I came here in May.
Yeah.
Like right when they were about to spawn.
Like right before it?
Yeah, like they were setting up.
That was probably pretty good.
I remember that all the
Nice fish.
fishing outside of it with a frog.
Uh-huh.
And it was like 60 degrees and raining. I heard it's really good.
It's connected to the Sangamon.
Okay.
There's an inlet from the Sangamon. See, it's a guy's property, the property around it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Following it back.
Chatterbait. He hit it right here, dude. He startled me. See, it's like bluegill, and I put one of those gambler swim baits on it. Dude, there's not like flowing a ton, which it rarely is.
Yeah.
Oh. I think it's a better one. It definitely is. The old chatterbait. Come here. So awkward landing fishing.
Yeah, that's why I got this little net. I mean, it's still awkward. I'm like lifting them up.
Yeah.
Into the water basically as I'm getting them in the net. But
Yeah, we'll take it. On the chatterbait again. You get that out, put her back. Yeah, there's some nice ones in here. Well, there went that guy. Another nice one. They're munching this chatterbait right now. Tearing the paint off of it. It's been pretty good.